Jake had always been the kind of person who prided himself on doing the right thing. Yet, as he ambled home that evening, the weight of the world on his shoulders, he found himself confronted with a moral dilemma that would test his principles. The wallet lay there, abandoned on the sidewalk, as if it were a treasure chest waiting to be discovered. He picked it up, the leather cool and worn beneath his fingers, and unzipped it, revealing a small fortune in cash. For a fleeting moment, temptation whispered sweet nothings in his ear, painting vivid pictures of what he could do with that money, bills he could pay, a new jacket he could buy, or even a night out with friends. But then, as he rummaged through the wallet, he spotted something that made his heart sink. A family photo, creased at the edges, showed a smiling elderly man surrounded by 2 children and a woman who radiated warmth and joy. The man's eyes sparkled with love, and Jake felt a pang of guilt wash over him. He could almost hear the laughter echoing from that moment captured in time. And he realized that this wallet was more than just a collection of bills. It was a piece of someone's life, a fragment of their story. He glanced at the ID nestled within the wallet, the name Mr. Thompson standing out in bold letters. The address was just a few blocks away, and with each passing second, the thought of keeping the money felt heavier on his conscience. Jake took a deep breath, made a firm decision, and set off toward the address. The journey felt longer than it should have, each step weighed down by the choice he was making. Upon reaching the modest house, he hesitated for a moment, heart pounding in his chest. He knocked on the door, and when it swung open, he was met with the surprised gaze of the elderly man from the photo. Mr. Thompson's eyes widened as Jake explained the situation, holding out the wallet as if it were a fragile artifact. The look of relief that washed over Mr. Thompson's face was immediate and profound. "I was worried sick! You've restored my faith in people!" Mr. Thompson exclaimed, his voice quavering with emotion as he clutched the wallet to his chest. The gratitude in his eyes was palpable, and Jake felt a warmth spread through him, a sensation that money could never buy. They chatted for a few moments, and Jake learned that Mr. Thompson had been on his way to visit his grandchildren when he had dropped the wallet. He shared stories of his family, his voice filled with pride and love, and Jake found himself smiling, feeling a connection that transcended the simple act of returning a lost item. That night, as Jake lay in bed, he replayed the encounter in his mind. The joy radiating from Mr. Thompson had ignited something within him, a sense of peace that settled deep in his soul. He realized that he had chosen integrity over greed, and in doing so, he had not only helped a stranger, but had also discovered a part of himself he didn't know existed. Days later, an unexpected phone call changed everything. The voice on the other end introduced himself as Mr. Thompson's son, expressing gratitude for Jake's honesty. He offered Jake a position at his company, a chance to grow and thrive in a field he was passionate about. As Jake hung up the phone, he felt a rush of excitement mixed with disbelief. In a world that often felt chaotic and uncertain, he had learned that honesty, even in the smallest acts, could lead to unseen rewards. He had not only returned a wallet, but had also opened a door to a future he had only dared to dream about.